One of the most rapidly expanding areas of medicine at the moment is in the area of genomics. That's looking at how genetics affects how we practice medicine and the effects it can have on a person. It's very exciting in obstetrics because it means that we can offer women more information than ever before. Once upon a time, the only way to get this information was from a fairly invasive test. Each year, each week almost, new tests are becoming available, and a lot of these are based just on a simple blood test that can be taken from the mother. We now have the technology where from those blood tests we can get baby cells or even parts of free-floating fetal DNA, which can then be processed to give answers to what are really quite difficult questions. We've got a whole range of testing that's available for older mothers to see in particular whether the baby they're carrying has one of the more common chromosomal problems. Most people would have heard of Down syndrome or trisomy 21, which is probably the most common chromosomal problem. Having information is power. If we know that a child has a particular set of genes that make them more likely to suffer from a condition, then we can institute changes, sometimes even from inside the uterus, that will help give them the best possible outcome. The college and the government recommend that we speak to couples about screening to see if the woman's a carrier for 3 of the more common of the rare diseases. They're things like cystic fibrosis, Fragile X and spinal muscular atrophy. These diseases can have really quite devastating effects on babies, and if mum isn't a carrier, then she can't pass on the disease to her child. That's powerful. That gives women a lot of information. If the woman is a carrier, then we test the father to see if he's a carrier, because you need 2 doses of the gene for the child to have a chance of getting the actual condition. If either member of a couple planning to start a family has a strong family history of a disease which we know to be genetic, we certainly discuss with them whether they would like to know whether the baby that mother is carrying is affected by this condition. Have the discussion, bring it up, ask your doctor, should I be interested in this? Should I know about this?
Care to Share, brought to you by the Wesley Hospital, because your health matters.